series of videos that are meant to help you crochet the Dinosaur Baby Blanket, which is a blanket that folds into a toy. You will need a PDF crochet pattern to complete the blanket, but each video in this series will teach you a new stitch or a new technique that will improve your crochet skills. Make sure you subscribe and save the Dinosaur Baby Blanket playlist. If you are planning to make this blanket, I'll put the link in the description. You can find the inexpensive PDF crochet patterns in my Etsy and Ravelry shops. I'll put both links in the description. And this is how you crochet the head. And next I will show you how to make the head horns and the nose horns and how to sew them on to look like this. Alright, so the nose horn is made in light green. Start with a magic ring and then make 6 single crochet in the magic ring. Three, 4, 5 and 6. Now pull the tail to close the magic ring, and this is your first round. Let's bring the piece of yarn back and mark beginning and end of each round, and in the following round we will be single crocheting in each stitch. So make 6 single crochet. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. In the next round we will be increasing in each of every other stitch. So make a single crochet and then increase in the next stitch. Make 2 single crochet there, and then again single crochet and then increase in the next. Single crochet in the next stitch, and in the very last stitch make an increase. Okay, so that's your third round, and just pull the right side on the outside, and let's make the final round, which is just a round of single crochet stitches. So make 9 single crochet stitches. So I made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. And this is how the nose horn looks like. And what I like to do is just finish with a slip stitch, makes it neater, cut the yarn, leave a longer loop end so you can use it to sew the horn to the nose, and pull through. And before we sew it, we are going to fill it, so it will be a little bit more firm. Put the yarn tail in, take a little bit of stuffing and just push it in, and you can use your hook to stuff it. Don't do it too much, as usual, just enough for it to be firm. And now we're going to sew it on the nose like so. And just to help, we are going to use pins to put it in, to lock it in place. Just to make sure you're happy with the position and to make sure it stays there while you sew it. So just look at it. If you're happy, it looks pretty neat. Make sure it's in between, symmetrically between the eyes, and also matching this back plate, so it makes it look more symmetrical. And it's basically right at the tip of the nose, like so. All right, so let's bring our needle back, and I'll show you how I sew my pieces on. So you can see better here, I hope. Yeah. You first insert your needle underneath the stitch right where it touches, and then put it in the middle of the stitch, back down underneath in the middle of the next stitch, and pull through. And then again I go down to the head and go underneath the stitch, back on the horn, insert my hook in the middle of the stitch, and underneath and back up through the middle of the following stitch. And what this does, it leaves this loop exposed, and it just looks like it's been sitting on rather than being attached to. So let me show you. So now you see these little stitches, just pull the tail, and here it goes. You can see this ridge right here. And this is how I do my sewing, unless I want a completely seamless join. So now again, back in the head and back in the stitches on the horn. Let's make sure it touches, it goes there. It's okay to leave loose loops like that, because you're gonna pull through towards the end. Just do small batches like I do. Okay, so a little bit. Now we have this, we're going to pull, and the yarn disappears, and you see the ridge exposed, and it just looks like it's been placed there rather than part of it. A little bit left. Insert your hook in the middle of the loops, push the thing down, and just make sure you go through each of the stitches, don't miss a stitch. And now we're towards the end, and finish. And now again you have these loose stitches. Just pull the yarn until they disappear, and this is how it looks like. That's how the horn looks like. And all you do now is weave in the end. So just pull it through the stitches, back and forth, up and down, just to make sure it will not come undone when you wash it. Okay. So do that a few times. I think this is enough. And just cut the yarn. And this is how you do the nose horn. And now we're going to make these two horns in darker green. So the pattern is similar, it just has more rows. Start with a magic ring and make 6 single crochet inside it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Now pull the yarn tail and close the magic ring shut, and we'll go on to do the second round. And in the second round we will single crochet in each stitch. So make 6 single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. And this is your second round. And next round we will be increasing every other stitch. So make a single crochet and then an increase in the next stitch. Then another single crochet and then an increase in the following stitch. And again another single crochet, and in the last stitch make an increase. And this is your third row. Make sure you pull it with the right side on the outside. And then the next 4 rows, the next 4 rounds will be single crochet rounds, just to build the height of the horn. I will pause the video, do my rounds. I'll also make the second horn, and then I'll join you back again. I completed the 2 horns, and I left a long tail so I can sew them onto the forehead. Before I do that, I'm gonna fill it with a little bit of toy stuffing just to make them more firm. So use your hook to help push the filling in, and then I will show you how I position them and sew them to the head. Okay, I think this one needs a little bit more. Alright, so they look alright now. I'll do this one first. So let's bring in the head, and before you attach them to the head, sew them to the head, you need to pin them to make sure you are happy with the location. So I'm using pins again, and what I did, I attached them 3 rows above the eye. So 1, 2, 3, and right about here. Let's make sure they need to be erect and in the front. So like you see, it's still above the eye, but it's somehow in towards the front of the forehead, and it's 3 rows on top. So use your pin to place it there, and use a few pins. And before you do this one, make sure it matches and it looks right together with the second one. So what I do, I place both of them on. So again, I'll do it 3 rows above the head, 1, 2, 3, and somehow closer to the forehead. Alright, so something like that. Let's see, are we happy with that? I think we are. So once you're happy with the location, you spin it in a couple of places. Make sure it won't come off. Okay. Just one more. Alright, so once you decided on a location, it's time to sew it to the head. So take your tapestry needle and start by going under the stitches in the head. Okay. And then, like I said before, in between the stitches, so not under the stitch, but in the middle of it. Go underneath and up, and this will leave the outer loop, the front loop, exposed, and it will look like here, like you see, like a really nice ridge around it. Okay, and then let's see where it goes. Underneath the stitch again, back on the horn, and you can take this out now. Again under the loop, and in between, in the middle of the stitches. And then we do a few stitches. You need to tighten up the stitches you already made. So just pull until they are tight and you don't see them, the yarn disappears. You can see, yarn completely disappeared. And then just continue back and forth between the horn and the head. And every few stitches, you see the loose stitches here, when you tighten they disappear. And now I think we reach the end. And this is how it looks like. And like I said, you can see the ridge, and it just looks like the horn is placed on rather than part of the head. And now all you do is weave in the ends, pull it through the stitches back and forth a couple of times, up and down, just to make sure it won't come off when you wash it. All right, and now we cut the yarn. And this is how it looks like. I'll go ahead and sew the other one on, and I'll show you the final product. And this is how the head looks like, finished. And just a few notes. Make sure the eyes are symmetrical to this middle back plate. The forehead horns are 3 rows above the eyes, symmetrically to the front. And the nose is right in between the eyes at the tip of the nose. And this is how it looks like. Happy crocheting!